Welcome to Chavez Elementary School. I'm Nancy McMorris-Oddix, Chair of the Salem-Keizer School Board. Bienvenidos a la Escuela Nueva, Cesar A. Chavez. Es un día muy feliz por toda la comunidad. As I said an hour or so ago at Battle Creek Elementary, we have a lot to celebrate today. We're celebrating not only the opening of the two new schools, but also the conclusion of the planned 2008 bond program. But mostly we're celebrating our students and the benefits these new buildings have for them. Joining us today to celebrate the opening of Chavez Elementary is Board Vice Chair Rick Kimball, Board Member and Budget Committee Chair Chris Brantley, Salem-Keizer Education Association President Kathleen Sundell. Thanks for being here. This day would not have happened without our community's support of the 2008 bond measure. Passing the bond means our community believes that healthy, inspiring learning environments for our children are a priority. Today, we get to see the results of that community belief. Now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Sandy Husk, to say a few words.
Welcome and thank you so much for coming. Bienvenidos y gracias por viniendo. Thank you, Nancy. We're really grateful you could be here to celebrate the opening of this wonderful new Cesar Chavez Elementary School. And as Nancy said, today is a big day of celebration. It's also a day to say thank you. There's so many ways that we made this a reality. Thank you for being here. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for voting for this bond election. As we said this morning at Battle Creek, proposing and passing the bond measure was just the start. After that, there were a lot of hands that came together over the last 4 years to make this building a reality, and I want to thank some of those folks today. First, I want to start with our staff. I think most of them are standing back there behind you. Bruce Lathers, Construction Services Manager. Thank you. Casey Cunningham, Project Coordinator. Thank you very much. And all the staff that are here from construction services, facilities, maintenance, etc. Thank you. You'll find some of them inside working. It takes a large team to build a whole school, and while construction services takes the lead, there are a lot of other departments that have to kick into gear to make sure it happens. In fact, as I drove up, I found our manager of custodial services buffing some floors, Jim Jenny. Thank you so much. Jim Roden, manager of maintenance and physical plant, and Kristen Deuce, Director of Technology, and all the wonderful computers that came in. Thank you. In a minute, we're going to also introduce Mary Caddes, but I want to acknowledge her as well because she not only made sure that the work was organized, she made sure that the fantastic teachers, instructional assistants, custodians, etc. were hired. So thank you, Mary, and your team. And then finally to our business partners that made sure that they were on time and great delivery of quality of construction. We have John Hyland from Construction, Erie International Construction Management, Dull Olson Weeks Architecture. Thank you so much for working with us here in Salem-Keizer. So with the opening of the two new schools today, with the completion of 14 schools this summer on extensive renovations, it means that we have now completed the first portion of this important 2008 bond program. We're very happy to say that the work came in on time and under budget. You're going to have a great year. We're really looking forward to you being able to come inside this school and be true partners in learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandy. I would now like to introduce Mary Caddes, Assistant Superintendent for the Salem-Keizer Public Schools. Mary will say a few words about a special feature of this building and our collaborative partnerships that make them work.
Well, I would also add a welcome to Cesar Chavez Elementary School. We are so pleased that our board, community, administration, and staff have supported the construction and the work behind this beautiful school. What has been created here at Chavez is a school for an expanded community of learners, a beautiful and functional learning environment for 600 plus children, and a beautiful and functional learning environment complete with observation and professional learning community facilities for both pre-service teachers who are in training, and our district teachers and professional support specialists. A unique aspect of this school is the collaborative work with our 3 university partners, Willamette University, Western Oregon University, Corbin University, along with our school district. We all share a collective belief that teacher preparation is not a single act. It is a process that occurs across the professional continuum of an educator's career. The 3 universities are represented here today by the Deans of Education, Dean Hilda Roselli from Western, Julie Guest-Newsom from Willamette, and Janine Allen, Dean at Corbin University, and several of their faculty from each of the universities, and they are right out here in the middle. The collaborative efforts here at Chavez and 4 other study schools, McKay High School, Stevens Middle School, Hoover, and Yoshikai Elementary Schools, will significantly inform the professional development, support, and resources that we provide our teaching and leadership teams, as well as the research they're prepared to do as they work diligently every day for every child to increase student achievement so that our students are prepared for college and are career ready when they leave Salem-Keizer and help us meet that most important mission that our district has. In the future, we hope that many of our students that you see here in front of us today will become educators and support staff here in our district. I invite you to visit this new state-of-the-art facility when the program is finished. You will be pleased with what you see and hear will be possible at Chavez for all learners, adults and children alike. It's a new adventure for us. Now it is both a pleasure and privilege to introduce Eduardo Angulo, Chairman and Executive Director of the Salem-Keizer Coalition for Equality, an advocacy group here in our community whose focus is social justice and equality for all of our students. He will introduce our special honored guest today.
Si se puede. It is great to see so many Salem-Keizer community organizations represented here today to celebrate this historic moment, the grand opening of the Cesar E. Chavez Community School. Our new school is the most technologically advanced teaching and learning lab in the state of Oregon. This is a very historic and transcending moment for our whole community, but it is especially important for the Latino families living, working, and studying here in the Willamette Valley. Naming this school after our spiritual leader validates the decades of contribution that hardworking Latino families, many of them farm workers, made to enrich the cultural, civic, and business life in an outlook of our communities in the Willamette Valley. I want first to send a big thank you to the voters of our community who collectively passed the construction bond and provided our children with state-of-the-art facilities and accommodations. The bond is an example of what we can do as a community when we work together with a common goal, the health and well-being of our children. My second big thank you goes to the Salem-Keizer school board members and our superintendent, Sandy Husk, and her leadership team for having the vision and commitment to provide all our children with the best teachers, principals, and school staff to support the best educational opportunities for all our children and youth. Cesar E. Chavez's spirit and vision were always of unification of cultures, languages, and values with a common purpose: to provide safe and healthy communities where all children and youth can learn, thrive, and serve their communities. We have all these ingredients for success here at our Cesar E. Chavez Community School, led by extremely competent and loving Latina professional, Principal Olga Cobbs. Olga is already leading by making sure that all children in the school, and they represent, by the way, 14 nations and cultures and languages. All these children have everything they need to be successful in their academic progress to fulfill the state of Oregon's vision of 40-40-20 by 2025. We, the board members, master teachers, and parent leaders and staff of the Salem-Keizer Coalition for Equality have made a commitment to ensure that Olga, our teachers, parents, and children have the support they need to be successful. To honor that commitment, we have partnered with Olga to provide at the school our parent education and literacy programs to help our kinder, first, and second graders get to and stay on grade level in reading. These parent-led programs will be free of charge for the entire school year and represent an investment of over $50,000 for the coalition and its supporters. We already started working with the students entering kindergarten at this new school through our summer programs. We are off to a great start. We graduated 27 children that are coming into the Cesar Chavez at grade level in reading. And now it is an honor to introduce Anthony Chavez, Cesar Chavez's grandson, who has come to Oregon representing his family on this special day. Anthony and other family members remain committed to keeping the unifying legacy of Cesar E. Chavez alive through their work with the Cesar E. Chavez Foundation. Anthony traveled to Oregon from his home in California. But before I give him the mic, I want to do a big shout out to our leaders representing Cesar legacy here in Oregon, Ramon Ramirez, Larry Kleiman, and Cipriano Ferrer, that have struggled and have sacrificed for over 30 years on behalf of our farm-working families and children in Oregon. Let's give him a big applause. And now I leave you with Anthony Chavez.
I guess I need to stand up on the thing. I'm too short. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? Good. It's a big, big honor for me to be here today, and I want to start off by extending a big, warm thank you from my grandmother, Howlin, who I was just with on Friday before I came up here from Los Angeles. also from everyone else in the Chavez family, and everyone else who represents the farm workers movement in California. It's a real honor to be here today, celebrating the grand opening of this incredible facility that will be raising future generations of young Latino leaders for years to come. I also want to thank the Salem-Keizer School Board for helping to see through this project to benefit all of the future generations right here in this community. And just as well, I want to congratulate the Salem-Keizer Coalition for Equality for getting out there and doing the community advocacy work that needed to be done so that a school like this could be built for all of the families right here. In a recent news story, Principal Olga Cobb said that Cesar Chavez Elementary School, everyone is a learner. And that's appropriate because my tata, my grandfather, for whom the school is named, was a lifelong learner. He never made it past the 8th grade, but he was incredibly well-read. His office, preserved as it looked the last day he left it, is filled with books on 3 walls, from the floor to the ceiling. He read everything from history and biography, to accounting and planning, to the arts and literature. One of the most useful things I learned in college was from a reading on the Latin root of the word religion. The etymology or origin of religio is thought to mean to bind or to reconnect. And maybe that's what the quest for spirituality and education too is all about. Bringing up and drawing out our connections with our heritage, with nature, and with ourselves. We make that connection by sharing our time, our energy, and most importantly, of ourselves. It's just as plain and simple as the lesson we all learned in kindergarten. Sharing is caring. When we share with others, we discover this common unity. And isn't our common unity which forms up the basis of our community? And when we dedicate ourselves to others on behalf of a cause that's bigger than we are, then we discover true meaning. It's what my grandfather meant when he ended his 25-day fast in 1968 to rededicate his movement to nonviolence. And he said, "It is my deepest belief that only by giving our lives do we find life." For the first time in American history, in the 1960s, my grandfather used the strategy of boycotting a product, table grapes, in a major battle between workers and employers. He got the idea from Gandhi's boycott of salt in India in 1930 and the Montgomery bus boycott led by Dr. King in the 1950s. It was a profound yet simple idea, but no one had ever thought of it. Yet, my grandfather got the idea through education, even if it was his own self-education. So it is important to remember my Tata Cesar's vision of education and the reminder that it must go beyond our personal ambition. He said, "We cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about progress and prosperity for our community. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the aspirations and needs of others, for their sakes and our own." One of the things that we start to learn inside and outside of the classroom is how to turn the little me into the big we. And that's part of what our education has to be about. Learning to dedicate ourselves to others, to be part of a cause that's bigger than we are. If this new school succeeds in helping to transform students in that way, to go on and to be the passionate, dedicated, and driven solutionaries that this world needs, then the school will have truly lived up to its namesake. So once again, I want to thank you for the great honor of being here with you on this momentous day. And I want to remind you and all of the students going forward, si se puede, yes we can. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Anthony. It's now my pleasure to introduce the instructional leader for this school, Principal Olga Cobb. Olga, can you come tell us a little about your unit?
Thank you, Nancy. Welcome, everybody. I am very excited to be the Cesar Chavez Elementary principal. Thank you very much. I feel honored to lead the school with an incredible team of professionals that are ready to serve our children in the Northeast community. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you community members for your support. Because you came together and because of you, we have this beautiful building, this beautiful school that will stand here for generations and will educate thousands of students. I'm looking forward to many years of work together. And I want to welcome you to come and help us, volunteer, partner with us, come read with our children and with a child, and please support us as we work towards our goal of graduation for all Salem-Keizer students. We are the Chavez Chargers, and our mascot, the rhino that you can see in all of our students' shirts, represents a school community that moves forward towards our goals. We will reach all of our academic, social, and life goals. I have some very special people with me today, some of our staff members and our students, and we would like to sing for you today our Chavez School song under the direction of our music teacher, Tiffany Gaither. Thank you.
Yes, we can. Elementary School. Cesar Chavez Elementary School.
Okay, we are ready to cut the ribbon, and then we will have some tour guides, our 5th grade students, and some of our teachers. Welcome to Chavez, everyone. Thank you very much. You're welcome to come in and enjoy our school. Thank you. Gracias. Pueden seguir y disfrutar de nuestra escuela.